renewed clamor for state police is born out of what is considered failure of the security apparatus to protect lives and property. And then there's also that call for the removal of the service chiefs. Do you think if that happened, first of all, what do you think about the call for the removal of the service chiefs?
I think the removal of the service chiefs is long overdue. As a matter of fact, based on my contacts with service soldiers, including those who have been, who are languishing in custody illegally, I can tell you that part of what we are witnessing in the country is what I would regard to as internal sabotage. Yeah. When service chiefs, when the tenure of the current service chiefs expired, the president in his wisdom extended same. They arrived from the information at my disposal by serving officers and soldiers who simply say, or policemen, yes, let them continue. Since the president believes that these are the only people who can restore law and order in the country. So you have a problem. Even from that, area. But more importantly, I think the current government, and with profound respect to the president, finds it very difficult to remove those who have been appointed to man any aspect of our life. I mean, you have a duty as a government to remove those who are not performing if they are not going to resign out of honor. So this business of removing the commissioner of police and replacing the commissioner of police or commanders of troops, for me it's rather, diversionary. You simply sacrifice people.
Okay, but
when those are done, so are not going to resign.
So do you think,
if you are talking about security, these are discussions are essentially based on what I call architecture of security.
So do you think
of state police and the rest of them?
Do you
whether
think
you have a federal police or state police?
Okay, if I'm coming in, Mr. Falana.
Once you do not address social security, you cannot talk of physical security.
So do you think that if these service chiefs are removed, the demand for the state police... Mr. Falana, you're still talking. If I may come in here with this question, if the service chiefs are removed, do you think the demand for the state police would be as strong as it is?
Come again.
Okay.
Please.
I said, if the service chiefs are removed, do you think that the demand or the call for state police would be as strong as it is?
It's still going to be as strong as it is. I mean, all you are simply saying is that you need to inject some new blood into the security system. Right now, nothing is going on. Everybody is on his own. Nobody is in control. The National Security Advisor has just addressed the Senate. I think one of the Senate committees on security to the fact, whereas under the National Security Act, the NSA is in charge of, to coordinate all the security agencies in the country. He said, the Chief of Defense Staff and the Director General of the SSS simply do not allow me to coordinate them. So you have what you might call lack of coordination, by no synergy. Sometimes the police will parade some suspect who may have committed armed robbery, while the SSS will also parade another set who has committed the same offense. So you have a problem in our hands. Sometimes the SSS, EFCC, and ICPC are investigating the same set of criminal suspects.
Senior Advocate, one of the kind of challenges that came up, when we had the conversation with the DSP yesterday, obviously a lot of the conversation was around regulatory oversight. Now, you've talked about your experience with the current Police Service Commission. In your view, is the additional regulatory bureaucracy at the national level and at the state level, you've already said it's not going to be enough, but ultimately any structure you bring in, can it effectively function under the current civilian climate that we're operating.
You see, and this is my point with restructuring. You must devolve powers to the people, not to the state government, not to legislators. You must ensure that those who exercise powers on our behalf are accountable. And you can only do that if you give powers to the people to monitor them. Take local governments, for instance. The local governments in the country have been taken over by state government, not by the people. And so you're not going to get justice.
No, but this is part of the issue that we're trying to address, is that if, for example, in the democratic context, there's an appearance that there is power for the people in the guise of elections, right? But then who is controlling a state independent electoral commission? Of course, it's the governor. Now, even if the people who are supposed to have the power to vote want their person, and the governor does not want that person, it's likely that the governor is going to have his way over the people. So I want to ask you, in view of that, even with the appearance that people have power, how do you actually, in actual terms, get people the power they need?
I'm talking of democratization of powers. And I've just given you an instance. If you want a functional and effective police service commission at the state level, you cannot just simply people them with representatives or nominees of the governor, with profound respect, or of the legislator. You must ask the people, the community, please. I mean, it's like you are constructing a road. You don't bring a contractor from outside. You tell the people, can you get us somebody to construct this road? If you do that, the people will go and sit down and monitor the contractor on a daily basis. And sometimes they can even tell the government, we don't need a contractor. We can fix this road ourselves. We only need somebody from the Ministry of Work to supervise us. But once you just alienate the people from the exercise of power, you are not going to get any serious security in the country.
Senior Advocate, unfortunately we have run out of time. I just want to thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. I know that it's a conversation that will certainly continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.